Hey, sometimes when you're taking out glow plugs, they end up breaking upon removal. And there are a couple of options that you can explore before having to pull the head off the motor. So right here you can see I had a glow plug break when I was pulling it out. So what happened was this heating element, you can see the very end was essentially welded to the combustion chamber. It was protruding out only about yay much. Sorry, I'm using a cell phone here. Only about that much, okay? And so, not a whole lot of options simply because of clearance. You know, those, at least on my 7.3 liter, my glow plugs are very recessed down past the injector, and so since it broke with some sticking out, what I'm able to do is I'm able to put some locking pliers. There's not a whole lot of options for contact, only about a centimeter worth of room to work with, but you are able to get some small locking pliers on there, and from there you can gently tap it over time and work it, and maybe you can break it loose that way. Those are some hammers I explored. A small 3-pound hammer, and so you can do that if it breaks where you have something to grip onto. Oftentimes when the glow plugs break and it's the heating element that breaks, it may break closer to this area, and when that happens, then you really need to use like a punch and punch it into the combustion chamber, okay? And of course you can tap the starter on your truck and turn that cylinder up to top dead center, okay? And then you can really easily you can pull out your glow plug. Well, of course you can't pull out the glow plug because it's stuck, but punch it. You can punch it into your chamber using a punch, and maybe some kind of a pipe or whatnot to put over it as an extension. Of course, every cylinder is a little different as far as maneuvering, but you can pull your injector out afterwards, and you can push a magnet in there and pull it out and pull out any debris that may be in there. And also when you have two ports open, you are able to run shop air through there and blast air. Here's the magnet I used. It's a small flexible magnet, and you're able to fit it through the glow plug hole on my 7.3. So anyway, it's not how I pulled this thing out. I wasn't able to use the locking pliers and the hammer to break it loose. So what I ended up doing was putting this small 5mm socket on the end of a long extension here, and well, bottom line is it ended up getting wedged onto the softer metal heating element, and then from there I was able to work it loose pretty decently with this long extension. A little bit of debris went into the cylinder, but like I said, this magnet here fits through the glow plug port perfectly. It's just hard to get it past all the other magnetic surfaces that are before that hole that's so recessed in there. But yeah, I pulled out a little bit of shavings, and the new glow plug went in just fine. And so to prevent these things from breaking, of course, you need to make sure that you're changing your glow plugs accordingly. You can check the resistance on them without having to pull them out. Of course, you should always use the ZD11 Ford Motorcraft glow plugs. Most of mine came out fine. They were in bad shape though. All of them were not looking too good. And so you can see here's another one I pulled out. But the third-party vendors for these things, the quality is just a little bit lower, and it's just not somewhere where you really want to make that you know, compromise in quality. So anyway, just know that you have options. You don't have to remove the head of the motor if you break the glow plug upon removal. And of course, if you have it broken with this part on there, also you are able to put in like a extractor type thing on there to pull it out. Let me see if I have something. You probably know them as easy outs. Hey, where's those extractors at? You know? I think I know where they're at. I have this 7 Series BMW. I just changed out the cam sensor on it, and I'm still having the same problem. So something like this. You drill a smaller hole into the broken entity, and then you use these tapered like I think they're like right hand threads. They're kind of like step drills, and then you're able to extract it that way using just like a crescent wrench or whatever. So that's about it. Of course, there's a couple of other ways you can get these broken plugs out, but to prevent that, it's just best to stay one step ahead and keep them changed out accordingly and use quality parts. So that's it for this. Signing off.